Nothing like the weekend coming up.
Right. You're listening to the morning show here with me, Pete Considori, and Big Shot Rob. We have some news coming up for you. Last night, NASA discovered 715 new planets. Out of the 715 planets, 4 of the planets are able to support life. These planets were discovered by the Kepler Space Telescope. For the discovery, there were only known about 1,000 planets. The 4 that are able to support life are twice the size of Earth. Pretty cool stuff over there.
Yeah.
A police officer was shot in Brooklyn yesterday. 2 police officers were trying to stop a man who tried to jump a bus without paying. The man who tried to jump on the bus turned out to be a Hawaiian man. The Hawaiian man fired at the police officers. The police officer was shot in both legs. The Hawaiian man fired 3 shots. 2 EMT women rushed to the police officer. The Hawaiian man was later caught in the 5th floor of a building. The officer was a first-year officer, so a rookie cop. That's tragic. Avante Oquendo, the young boy who died in Queens, who was found dead in the East River in January. Death cannot be determined by a medical examiner. Avante family is suing the city for wrongful determination of death. Wow, a lot of stuff happening yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about NASA, that's pretty cool. That's a positive one.
Yeah.
The other 2 are not so positive. Let's talk about it. 715 new planets. I mean, this telescope's got to see, obviously, light years away. But it's kind of scary that to think, we're not alone. And I've had people argue with me, yeah, we are alone, we have to be. But, like, it's just so impossible, I feel. Like, there has to be something other than us.
Yeah, there has to be. I really want to know what's out there.
Oh, yeah, me too.
There has to be some kind of life form.
Don't get me wrong, I'm scared. If it turns out to be a War of the Worlds kind of thing, I'm out. Like, there's no... I'm hiding in a trench somewhere. This is not going down. But I would love to see what goes on other planets. Obviously, that technology is not quite there yet. We haven't gotten a satellite too far out yet.
Yeah.
But with this is fantastic.
And with the telescope, the technique they used is called the verification by multiplicity technique.
Well, we need Nick Grippo on this because he's a math major, and that sounds a little bit mathy.
But it's just amazing to me. It relies like on probability and stuff. And they said this is the first time they ever used it with this telescope. And just finding all this stuff out, you wonder, could there be other humans out there, like in these other galaxies? There could be other life forms like aliens and stuff. I believe in this stuff. But could there be humans on these other planets?
I mean, if they found planets that started out like our planet, it's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's a carbon-based life form, and it went through the same processes as we did. If you look at an evolution standpoint, we're obviously not talking about a creation standpoint, but if you look at an evolution standpoint, it's very possible that there are other humans, Homo sapiens, that are out there. But it's just 715 new planets. How small are we? We have to think like we are the smallest. Even you think like, oh, small, you think of like a microchip or a cell in your body, which is even smaller, or like DNA or atoms, but think about the human race as a whole being small compared to the universe. It's like we're just a tiny little blip in the universe, like it's whatever, it's Earth. We won't give them the technology we have. It's Earth. Let them sit over there in the Milky Way.
What's so funny though is we've only discovered 1,000 planets over all these years that we've existed on the Earth, and in one day 715 planets. That's what's amazing.
Just out of nowhere, like, hey, 715. Just go to the boss. Yeah, listen, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is we found 715 planets. The bad news is we only found 715 planets because there's got to be at least thousands more. Unfortunately, a police officer was shot in Brooklyn yesterday, both twice in the legs. 3 shots were fired, like I said. The condition of this police officer, do you know?
I'm not sure. I know that I know a woman rushed to him. I think he's fine. Yeah, I think he's fine now. But him and his partner, both rookies, first years.
Talk about getting into the force. Like that's.
And just a bus stop person, just trying to stop somebody who didn't pay a fare. You think, oh, it's just somebody who's not paying the fare.
You'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outrageous what goes on out there. I mean, just for a bus fare. Obviously, some people have ulterior motives. Some people can't afford it. Some people, I'm not here to judge, but it's unfortunate that the police officer got shot. But we here at the morning show would like to thank our police officers and our men in uniform for protecting us every night and day.
And credit to those 2 EMT workers.
Yes, definitely, and credit to the EMT workers of the world.
Yeah.
They definitely make a difference. And then Avante Oquendo, sad story, very sad story. I remember seeing his picture all over the Metro North Station when I go down for my my internship at in the city. I seen numerous news reports, the surveillance video of him leaving the school. It's just a really sad story.
Yeah.
It's really sad to see this outcome. I personally thought that he would be found at some point.
Yeah.
But alive. I thought he would be found alive and maybe scared, didn't know what to do. He was obviously mentally challenged.
Yeah.
As said by the news, and by the parents. But it's really unfortunate that this kid was found in the East River, and I really hope that there was no foul play.
Yeah.
I hope that no one got this kid. You know.
What's very sad is his body was found in January in the East River.
Right, January.
But it's like
couple months ago, actually. It's been. Yeah.
How have you not determined the death yet? It's like, how do you make a mistake on that?
I'm no forensic scientist.
Yeah.
It could be maybe because it was in the water. I mean, we don't know how long his remains were in the water. I mean, just because they found him in January doesn't mean he wasn't in there for longer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an unfortunate thing, and our condolences go out to the families.
Definitely.
Well, on to Iona news. Let's go on to Iona. Go to the student union today in La Penta lobby. Today there's tickets being sold for the Iona players for the Iona musical Into the Woods. Their production's this week and next week, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. So the musical is a musical comedy that follows characters from classic fairy tales like Cinderella and Jack and the Beanstalk. What a combo. Cinderella and Jack and the Beanstalk. I mean, only here on the morning show. Tickets are $5 for members of the Iona community with ID and $10 for general admission. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad whatsoever.
I mean, if you want to go see a funny play,
yeah.
I would see Into the Woods. Also, a shameless plug, The Mandrake by Niccolo Machiavelli will be performed by the Iona College Theater Ensemble. That will be happening in late April. Directed and produced, if you will, by Professor Thomas Donnarumma, excuse me. And it's a funny play.
Nice.
It's funny. You might say, oh, Niccolo Machiavelli, the prince. So he's not. It's a funny play. I am working on the set. I'm working with the cast. Trust me, folks, it's funny. Go see this play. It's not a musical. There's no singing. It's just funny.
I'll definitely see it.
You have to see it. No, it's hysterical. Tickets will be sold today from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Also at noon today at Ryan Library, Ramita Auditorium Memorial Service will be held for Dr. Thomas Pendleton. Come celebrate the life of Dr. Thomas Pendleton as we remember his dedication and work at Iona College. So definitely go pay your respects and go to this memorial service. Also, there's a lot of things at noon today.
Yeah.
At noon today, there will be a freshman pizza party held at the La Penta Student Union End Zone. It will be held by Edmund Rice Society, the orientation leaders, and the Office of Student Success. This party is for any freshman that attended the third orientation from July 9th to 10th. All freshmen who attended orientation for these dates had to RSVP by February 20th, so there will be a known amount to how much pizza should be ordered. They're discriminating against a lot of the folks here that are not freshmen. I'm kind of upset that I'm not getting a little free pizza.
I wouldn't mind some pizza.
I wouldn't mind some pizza either. No, but good for the freshmen. They definitely need some pizza. It's definitely hard transitioning into college.
Yeah.
I remember my orientation 4 years back. God, I feel so old. It was fun. We had a lot of pizza, actually. We had pizza in the hallway before the first night, before you went to sleep. The orientation, the pizza thing here, the party. A lot of pizza. You gotta love pizza, though. I wonder where they're ordering from. I should ask. There will be an interview success workshop held today at noon. How many things are happening at noon today? How are these people supposed to go to things? It will be held in Spellman Hall, the Burke Lounge. This workshop will be held to help students with tips on interviews and how to prepare for questions for interviews. This workshop will also help reduce stress and help build confidence. Definitely recommend this for sophomores, juniors, and seniors. If you're a freshman, go, but I'm sure you're going to the pizza party. I mean, I don't know if you're going there. Rob, what's happening with the Iona girls basketball team?
Well, they're playing tonight at 6 p.m. versus Quinnipiac on
Great
ESPN
matchup.
3. Iona is looking to improve to 25-3 on the season, 18-1 in the MAC conference. This girls' team, Pete, has just been unbelievable this year.
Oh, it's incredible.
I hope they get ranked at the end of this year because you know what? There's just a tremendous record. And you know what? I hope they do make the NCAA tournament this year.
I'm gonna say it on the air. I think they have a great shot.
Yeah, they definitely do.
I feel like they're definitely gonna make waves in the bracket if they do make the NCAA. They're not to be messed with.
Yeah, not right now.
Some people will be like, oh, well, they're not regular NC, they're just MAC. Do not mess with the Iowa College girls basketball team.
Yeah.
They will shut you down.
Their program and the men's program, how awesome has it been these last couple years? This program has turned around. This basketball
Tim Kluse has done wonders for the men's basketball team, and I gotta say, I cannot wait for a third MAC.
Yeah, I really
championship. And you know what? I think in the past couple of years, the men's basketball team has not done very well in the bracket, being in the NCAA. But if they really buckle down and we get a good matchup and a good seed, I think we can make it quite a bit far.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I've seen in the past NCAA tournaments regarding the men is they don't have that size like every other team has. They don't have like that real big man. They have one big man, but they don't have to compete with the other teams.
In my, we'll talk about sports in just a bit after the break. But just before we go, my I guess I don't want to say motto, but the way I look at basketball, it doesn't matter how many big people you have. I mean, I don't know. I saw something on Bleacher Report that the Knicks signed some guy that's 6'10". Like, yeah, in the NBA, you got people that are 7 feet regularly, Yeah. But for college basketball, you got big guys. But we need, you need perimeter shooters, you need sharpshooters, you need a good power forward.
Yeah.
You need a good team. It doesn't matter about how many big guys you have.
Yeah.
You can have a great 5 and not a good 1, and that whole team is the dynamic is wrong.
Yeah.
So hopefully our sharpshooting and our just our
great
team
defense.
morale, and our defense exactly will push us through. But we'll talk about sports in just a bit after this.
Hey everyone, I'm Pete Considori, WICR President and MassCom Senior. There's great things happening in MassCom. Check out NorthAvenueNation.com.